Hello everyone, this is the Bracca special mission. It's not a straightforward mission, it will require remodding. While you could use Baby Cow to beat the mission, it is much more preferred to use JKCK Kestis. With Baby Cow, there are other YouTube guides you can watch. I would recommend Fat Phil for his guide, as I'm in it trying to help explain the battle in real time. However, this video is for Jedi Cal Kestis and how to consistently get the win. I have never failed in all my attempts trying for this mission. For the ever since I came up with these mods, the mods that you will need for Seer, I will show you that I am actively remodding her. Mainly, I want to point your attention to certain stats. Notice that her health is above 83,000. Her protection, it's okay. Not a really important stat to have. You really want to focus on armor. As you can see, I have it at 73%. You really want 72% at least. And then speed, you want to have at least 240. I have 264. The faster she is, the less turns the enemies will take when they fire at your seer before she does her whirlwind. We'll go ahead and confirm the remod. Kind of just focused on health. Defense set is preferred. As you can see, the secondary stats are all defense and health. No, not really much in offense. One thing I will point out is that her health steal is 55%. So when she's below full health, which she might be for this battle, you can just have her hit with her basics and have her life steal back the health that she's missing. And with an armor as high as 73%, you will see that she can actually heal back, well, from halfway point back to full health as the battle drags on because of that 55% health steal. Let's go to Cow now. Do not use offense. Again, be very straightforward with defense, partly because, you can get one kill from his insta-kill. You want to get to his insta-kill as quickly as possible, kill one of them, and then just stay in defense for the rest of the wave. And that's the idea. You want to stay basically in defense as long as possible when you aren't charging for the insta-kill. But when you are charging for the insta-kill, you want to alternate. First defense, then offense, back to defense, and then insta-kill, and then just stay in defense. For him, you want to have a decent amount of health and protection combined. As you can see, I have about 189,000, 190,000 health and protection. 280 speed is what I find to be the bare minimum. 281, 5, 285, 290 doesn't matter. You just want to hit 280, and then anything beyond 280 you don't really need. And then armor, as you can see, I went full tank armor. It's going up by 10%, and that's a huge jump. And you're going to notice that because he's not taking as much damage, and you're going to need his armor to be at least 68%. As you can see, I kind of modded a lot, mainly on survival stats and a ton of speed. Again, 280 is the bare minimum. I do not recommend going way too under that. As you can see, it will be a specific turn order you want to hit, and 280 is perfect for that. Alright, now let's do the mission here. My guild is sort of waiting on me to finish up on my missions. They want to get to their 9 stars this phase. Right. 30 of 33, so you can see our guild is having pretty good success with the modding. Actually, to be honest, we usually do way better. We usually do 47 out of 50, sometimes even 49 out of 50. So this is actually a pretty low point for us. Just double check that there is the mods on them, and then we can begin. And one thing for sure, I'm going to tell you why you want to be using this ability twice and this ability once and then this ability once is that this ability, well, you're going to use it more than twice after you do the insta kill, but you want to use this ability twice instead of once when you alternate, because this is a defense stance. And one thing about his unique is that impetus effects, he gets 5 stacks of impetus and 5 more every time he switches. And I believe in his defense stance, it is said somewhere that he gets damage reduction. This is a whirlwind slam. My bad, that's the offense stance. And then he also reduces the enemy's offense. Yes, right here. In dual wield defense, he gets 50% defense, and the enemies have minus 2% offense per stack of impetus. So when you have 30 stacks of impetus, the enemy has minus 60% offense. So that is the key aspect to keeping the team alive, and why maybe when you are attempting this mission with your normal mods, why they might be taking a ton of damage, and then why in this video they're not hitting as much. I've never failed. There is a bug going on where there might be a 1% chance that when the enemy does its special, they could insta-kill one of your characters. Not really intentional. We still don't know what's really going on there, but other than that, my apologies. I accidentally have my microphone snapped off, but it is back on. Other than that, this mission should go very smoothly. So you're gonna look at these two troopers here, purge troopers. In the first wave, you're gonna decide that the right one is the one you're gonna deal damage to, because it's the one you are forced to on your first turn. So you're gonna do a basic here, and the left one, this guy, you're gonna insta kill. He's not going to take any damage, so you're going to make full use of your insta-kill here. Again, we're going to go defense stance. Let them do their tiny bits of damage on Seer. Use this ability. This will give them some protection. Again, I kind of like to have... I'm going to dispel this taunt, so I can land armor shred on this guy. I kind of like this guy taking the damage. And then you're going to just do the basic. Again, save the event ability for after one of them dies. In this first wave, where Seer can, dispel and offense up. Because when Purge Trooper dies, they give offense up to everyone else. And then you're just going to... Now, as you can see, I kind of switch from defense to offense, then back to defense now. So I have 30 stacks of impetus. In case you were wondering, sorry, wrong character. The guy, blue stack, second status effect, impetus. That's the status effect you're looking at. That will determine how many you have. If you have 30, this ability unlocks, and you can only insta kill once. So use it on the guy you plan on insta killing, and then use this event ability to dispel that offense up. And it's very nice. And then you're going to stay in defense for the rest of this wave until the very end, where you want to switch back to offense stance so you can switch to defense at the start of the next wave. So this is important. Stay in defense. This will keep the damage reduction active. They're minus 60% offense for the enemy. Allows Seer and Cal to not really take any damage. I should also mention for the modifiers, I'm trying to see which modifier it is. Let's see here. I guess I can't really find the modifier. But because Cal is a Jedi, he recovers protection at the start of every turn, and he takes 2 turns at once. So he gets 60% protection. This is assuming you've done the ops on Coruscant. The ops on Bracca is needed to unlock this ability, Rebel Strafing, but that one's more optional. It's really more helpful to have the ops on Coruscant done. And then you're going to go and just stay in defense. Again, once you've already used Seer's second barrier, which I already have, you will need to keep track of how many turns it is to Seer's ultimate. As you can see, it's 2 more turns, because you need to have Cal leave defense stance and enter offense stance. Basically, have Cal come out of its shell. As you can see, 1 more turn. Her next turn is going to be the lightsaber throw. So right here, you want to go into offense stance because the first ability, because she's going to throw the lightsaber right here, and it's going to enter next wave. As you can see, they barely took any damage. Wave 1 is pretty easy. When you fail is because of wave 2, and this is very important. You enter this wave in offense stance. As you can see, it's the dual staff. Tap on Second Sister. Now, Second Sister, you're saving for the insta-kill, so you're really just damaging Purge Trooper. Switch to defense here. And then you just activate the barrier because it's up. As you can see, if they're not taking too much damage. And now you're going to go out of your shell, and because you're trying to switch stance to charge up the insta-kill as quickly as possible, you want to go to armor stance with armor shred on the Purge Trooper. And this is important. As you can see, Cal's modded for defense. If he wasn't modded for armor, he would be taking a lot more damage. And so as well as Seer. You do not want either character to die. Now there is a chance that the droid blows up, but the moves you're doing will not matter. It's pretty much predetermined. No matter what you do, you need to do the defense, switch to defense stance, to go back to offense, then switch to defense, and then you can charge your insta-kill and kill Second Sister like that. As you can see, Seer lost all her protection. And once you reach this stage, you're basically waiting for Seer's lightsaber throw to come up while you turtle yourself in defense, and you never, I repeat, never go into offense stance. Unless for some reason there's a bug that happened where Purge Trooper comes in and blows one of you up, then you might have to try a different approach where, because you're modded for all defense, you might want to switch a little bit between defense and offense then, if Purge Trooper takes one of your characters out. But you should have both of your characters alive at this point, if you're modded well. Some people might prefer Cal to be modded for potency. Um, you it's pretty good alternative if you can't hit the defensive stats. But again, here's what I would recommend. Make sure you try to mod for armor before you try an alternative mod for potency and hopefully stun, because every debuff can be resisted. So in this case, it's the final turn. It is wave 2. You're just going to stay in defense. There's one final curveball they could throw at you for Seer's turn. She could have her ultimate ready, but then Purge Trooper might use this ability, Specialized Armor, in which they recover health, they get that bonus protection and taunt up. Then in this case, you would just do a basic, wait for Cal's basic to dispel that taunt protection up, and then wait for her next turn to throw this saber. That will allow you to win. And just like that. And that's how you win this mission. And trust me, those stats targets are pretty important. As you can see, they didn't hit really hard. They didn't critically hit. But when they do critically hit and they focus on either Cal or Seer, that's when the mods really make a difference, because those are the cases in which one of your toons could get killed. And then it's up to the other toon to save the mission. Alright, I guess with all remodding attempts, I guess it's important to realize that you also want to put your mods back. So the final parts of this video, I am just going to go ahead and assign back Seer her own mods. And you can see for yourself, remodding, it's only as tedious as trying to set it up properly, but once you have it set, it should not be hard at all to remod. Just a few clicks. I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I do. As you can see, Gungan Phalanx, just putting his mods, all of these mods are loadouts are saved and updated right before this video. So again, it's not hard. As you can see, it's kind of procedural for me. Zeb, and then as you can see, I'm now just going in order, alphabetical order as they come in, because it's down to one mod left, Item Versio. Pretty straightforward. It's just a few extra clicks. Basically I have all the mods saved, and then I'm just going through and refilling all the mods right back to where they are. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments section. Usually, I'm not a very active YouTuber, so I'm just making this video just to demonstrate how I do things, and hopefully that can inspire you to do things. It doesn't have to be my way, but it can be done, find some middle ground, and hopefully, enjoy your time on the holo tables.